See, everybody's showing up. This is a bigger class now. Oh, uncles. You doing okay, uncles? Huh? Keep your stuff on the side off the side. Okay. No, I don't like it to be on the
Bro, I don't want to be yelled at either.
Just like the mala, yeah?
Right.
Like, who ain't just put the heart over here? That's you, uncle. All of this cut stuff over here. Huh?
Earlier, when I was cleaning earlier, I was making the ones we had over there, I would put those.
Okay, so you gotta make sure you get them in the bag, uncle, because then otherwise it's not gonna make them home. And the thing is, when you put them on the ground, you're not treating them like food, uncle.
Yes, bro.
Wally Mason, this Hawaiian hammer.
Hey, uncle.
Yes, I'm here present, ready for power.
Where you coming from, uncle?
All the way from Macau, bro.
Yes.
See, if you want it, go to any distance.
Yes.
Get trained right. Do it the right way. That way when you show other people, show family, you're doing them the right way.
Yes,
No question.
How long you was eating the eye?
Oh,
The TARO you incorporated.
yeah, about last year, November. So I've been doing that pretty consistent, just desperate, trying to change my ways, and got the calling. Kahaluu is the thing. Gonna be my medicine.
So
Ever since I take Kahaluu, I don't need to do any diabetic medicine.
So you was pre-diabetic prior to?
I was pre-diabetic. I was waving that, riding that wave for a long time, all the way till I had the warning. Hey, pretty soon. So I ride them. Boom,
Yeah,
the stamp
yeah.
came. So I asked the doctor, how do you become undiabetic? No such thing. Once you're diabetic, you're always diabetic. So I said, so what I gotta do? He said, well, you can have diabetes and under control. So at that time, he gave me metformin. I got sick, to my stomach, couldn't handle.
Doodle boy.
No, just lousy. So I told the doctor, said, no, I cannot. So they gave me another thing, this thing called Jordans. Then, so I started taking that for my diabetes to lower the sugar. And it seemed like the thing wasn't working for me, you know, and I knew I had to get off. So I did more research, and they said Kahaluu. So that's when I completely quit all my rice. Slowly, I started eating poi, buying bags of poi. And then I said, you want poi? So sit down, pour the bag on, right? So then I'll go buy the Kahaluu. But I have no idea. I started going to the store and buying Kahaluu. And then I don't know how to pound them or nothing. Never did it in my life. So then I went and got one rock from one of the rivers, and I just smash them as much as I can. Then I said, man, it's doing it. I blend out all kinds, but no can. The thing's just not right. So I do online, and then I knew I needed one for Oahu and Kahaluu. I started watching videos of Daniel, and slowly I started gravitating to Daniel and Kahaluu. I got the board about a month later. It was finished. I got me Oahu, and slowly just tried to follow Daniel's videos that he made, so I get a little bit still not right, still not happy. So now, I only eat Kahaluu. I don't need to take no medicine at all for diabetes. So that's what I eat. Or either that salad, I changed my diet. No eat no rice, stay away from sugars and stuff. Now I don't need to take medicine. Now my sister, she's diabetic, and she's telling me she like poi. So they come down, they buy Kahaluu for me, come down. But I want to make sure with people looking at me, I want to make sure I do them right. And I have nobody training me at home, so closest I can come to is with Daniel. Watching his videos like a steward, taking notes from his videos. But he gave me the offer to his farm to come over here and get taught. Participate, get taught the right way. And so that's what I'm here for. I like to be taught the right way. So when people watch me or I'm doing them for other people, I do them the right way, not the wrong way. You know how it is. If nobody there to correct you, you're only gonna be doing bad habits, right? Yeah, I'm grateful. That's why I'm here. There's plenty to learn.
Right on, man. Go ahead, Uncle.
Okay, so Uncle Skyler, I just want to point out, say no more nothing for do, but all the sinks are dirty on the inside of the sink. All of them are dirty. No, I'm just saying, all of them, like if you look at that sink over there, and then, that's probably not that good. It's better if we put them on that side, because what grows over here? Nothing. Nothing grows here. Well, the rule to ku'iai, Uncle, is wash everything before and after, yeah? You know, like trust anybody that would wash them before you. And all kinds of stuff happens between when you wash them last and when you use them. So, just real simple practices. You know, when you're dealing with microbes, you pretty much can see them, yeah? What you see is what happens when you never clean them good. What we try to do is develop systems and practices so that we can be consistent in our approach so we can get the same results consistently, which is good, healthy, ai, hoi, pa'iai for feed your family. So we get the ozone generator going and we're creating sanitizing water, and that's what goes through this system. And I'm just giving a good rinse down of everything before I use it. Give it a good sanitization. Super critical to just be able to kind of start close to zero as possible. Hold on, Sam. So funny, yeah, you guys. We live in America, supposedly. But when you look at the dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust." So somehow, in spite of all the paperwork, still get one unknown power. Yeah, that they might not see them, but if you was to believe it's not there, then you might be wrong one day, you know? And no matter where we've come from, how we got here, what our ancestry, our religious, spiritual beliefs, we're not alone. Whether as a part of humanity or as a part of the universe, you know? So I just ask that great mystery of Kua to help to center us today. Help us find the clear path. Help us to understand the glory of sacrifice, but also what happens when you sacrifice. Today, Akua, please keep us present, focused, committed to making healthy food as a medicine to feed our families, our communities, our hearts, our minds, and our soul. Help us to be clean and mindful of those around us. Help us to be open and to listen and to learn. Akua, we're so grateful for this opportunity to come together and to make food and to learn and grow together. Akua, please bless all of the hands that make the food, all of the mouths that eat the food, and help to fill the bellies with satisfaction so that as we move forward with confidence and security in our ability and our trust in one another. So we'll humbly ask this in the name of all your children, past, present, and future. Amama, Uanoa, Lelevale, Amen. Thanks, you guys. This is kind of some house rules, you guys. The stones only are on the shelf, on the board, or on that shelf. They're never put in the sink. They're never scrubbed with soap. We have a pressure washer. If it's really dirty, we'll fill up a thing of water and we'll soak it in there. But basically, the stones, they're the thing that the Department of Health was the most concerned about because it holds microbes. So, gotta be aware of that.
She look cute, this shit.
The first step is called pohole or ho'opohole. It's a process that is a lot of feel. Basically, sometimes you have to add pressure and sometimes you have to add a lot of pressure. The idea is that the first engagement, you take off all the skin. The next step is ihi. And the style that we do, we don't use opihi, but we do use the back of the butter knife. If we use the front of the butter knife, what happens is if you scrape with the front, you leave lines, the butter knife lines, and then little chunks of debris can hide in there. Sometimes I use the tip of the knife to pull out little debris. Sometimes in this taro, blow your mind, but it's the root of the crabgrass that actually grows into the collar. Can uncle. No touch nothing. So if we were to cut this in half,
Coloration.
so basically this is the starch, the i'o. This would be considered ilikana, or ulika is the sweeter parts of the taro. A lot of guys, when they machine their poi, they like to add that because it makes the poi sweet. But as far as a food preservation recipe, the starch is what you make the poi from. What we'll do is our next step. Our next step now, we're gonna actually peel off all the sweet stuff. And depending on how you cook your taro can also affect that layer, because the starch under high temperature will turn to sugars as well. Here, I'm just gonna give a heavy scraping.
Getting down to that starch.
You want to find the starch.
Because the microbes in the starch is different from the...
It's not about any microbes in the starch.
Okay.
What happens is the microbes is on the skin. You transfer the microbes from the skin to the starch in the cleaning process. The microbes, they don't actually eat the starch. When you pound it, you release beneficial sugar that's in the starch. The starch is like an egg, and when you pound it, you crack the egg, and the yolk is what the microbes want to eat. So this is a prime example. This was one of the smaller taros at the top. So when you cook big taros and small taros together, there's a good chance that either the small taro will be overcooked or the big taro will be undercooked. But you won't get them to both cook at the same rate. So when we cook the taros, we generally separate them all by size, so they can cook consistently. Skylar, have them watch the taro cleaning video on YouTube real quick. And then, sister, just to let you know, if you and your husband do have the same microbes, but almost always better to clean separately, because the moment that you and both put your hands in the thing, the microbes started oofing. Yeah, and then yours was a little bit different than his. So by the time you make the poi, your microbes are there's already more microbes than had it just been his or just been yours. So a lot of this is about microbial awareness. No, hey, gonna be your guys' poi. But what you'll notice is that when you make it independently, like when you really learn your microbes, then that's how you get the best food preservation product. So like Skylar and I, we've been working, how long, Skylar? Only this is the first year that Skylar is cooking with us. We went test his microbes and watch him to see if we were compatible in poi making, right? Because there's two types of hands. There's the lima hehe'e and the lima uwawa. And the lima hehe'e is a hand that makes it sour quickly. And the lima uwawa is one that will keep it from fermenting. And so it's really good. Figure out what hand you get. Because, you know, you might have the sweet hand, you might have the sour, but you never know. Because you're both working on it together. Like when I go places and I see people, everybody cleaning out of the same bucket. If they're all in the same family, well, maybe yes. But most of the time when you get complete strangers, it's funny. There's a term, a Hawaiian term, that describes sloppy poi makers, and it's called kapulu. And kapulu was a term from Hawaiians describing other Hawaiians. So I tell Hawaiians all the time, just because you're Hawaiian, no actually make you special. Like somehow you get some silver bullet that, you know, the ancestors knew the preservation practices, and some people could and some people couldn't. Right? It's just, some people get them, some people don't get them. Hey, fine. Not to be shamed, but when it comes, you know, I tell guys, if you had to sail right now from Hawaii to Tahiti on canoe, what brand of poi would you take? Because you guys can go find, get choked. Yep. I would take your poi,
I would ask you.
Let me tell you, the guy that never bring the quality poi. They call that guy Micronesian. Ideally, you would want to take what you know is going to last. So you want to know your recipe and you want to know your relationship to that recipe.
How many of them?
Couple pieces, 10. Yeah, Scott, you're going to pull a couple pieces out of that. Calamai. You got to make loose. Whatever, 2 pieces. Nice. Uncle, do me a favor. Call you. Let me know Wednesday. Because I be honest, shitty for me. You show up and then I no more taro for you, and I like have taro for you. I know. I wasn't actually. Yeah, mahalo. That's all I can say, man. Mahalo. Thank you, this guy.
So Dan, you recommend us cutting it in half to check the color out?
So, you cut them in half, Uncle, usually at the end of the cleaning. That's how you can expect. I wouldn't cut them in half in the beginning for show that color. But the reality is that if you cut them in half now, it's just harder to work with.
So the first step is you clean the skin off and then put it on the side, and then you scrape it later?
No.
Scrape it right
one
up.
step process, Uncle.
Right
You
now.
clean the skin off, and after you clean the skin off, now you're gonna heat all the unedibles first. Yeah? So like I had on this one, I had some skin I couldn't get off with my hand, and I'm gonna basically clean them like if you was gonna clean them for the poi factory. I'm gonna clean off all the unedibles, and then I'm gonna take off the koina. And I'm gonna completely finish every piece before, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna finish cleaning them before I put them inside the container.
And the one when you scraping, you put it in a different bucket for later?
There's 2 scrapings. There's one scraping that's the unedibles, and then there's the second scraping that is the koina, that is totally perfect to eat, but is not for your poi. Also, you'll notice that if you leave the koina on when you go to pound it, it's gonna be hard to pound. It's more waterier. It's more sweeter. Immediately, you look sloppy. Funny guys, I look at what they're doing. They get everything right in the stroke, but they never prep their taro good. So they get sweet stuff in their taro, and that's why they're getting hard time. Everybody go, Daniel, how you make them look so easy?
I've been there, done that.
Everybody like, oh, I don't like waste. But actually you did waste. Because now your poi gonna sour fast. And we're not wasting, Uncle. We're still gonna eat them. Remember the lau laus? We add them to the hamburger.
Right. And also the lau stew that was down there at the tennis courts.
Yup. Yup. Exactly. See 'em? Only the starch.
realized I was just doing 10 pounds a week just for my ohana. Yeah, so Uncle allowed me to step up my game and cook for more families.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we had a different program for Skylar. Not the panty program, the hammer program. You know when you look like that and you only get 2 taros on your board? Oh, look weak. Look weak. Yeah. And then the thing about it is, like, Skylar, you get kind of one fighting background. So it's like, just imagine you had one punching bag, only one blow up punching bag. Feel real different than if you get one sandbag. And for develop his stroke, he actually had to get 10 to 20 pounds of ice on the board for his stroke actually develop. Yeah, I get all of these big looking guys with like 2 taros. No, cousin. This is like straight full contact food making. He just came off the boat from Tahiti kind.
I plan on taking, ancestry, blood test, whatever, just to see. Cause
Hey, you might be Fijian, might be Uncle Daniel. That's why you get one urge to learn Olelo, yeah?
I've always wanted to learn a second language, and nothing ever clicked for me. I met my wife and visit one time and fell in love. You know, some people just.
And why tita? Hey, kiki olelo Hawaii oi. Really?
Yeah, mostly I can understand, I can't speak that.
She did hula. I think that's the extent of what she learned. So I'm taking it and running with it.
Well, nowadays, cause you never do know.
Yeah.
They be looking like straight like corn-fed white girls, and then they just bought you like, whoa, girl, what school you went? Oh, about kiki o nui nui. Like, oh, wow. How many years? Oh, kindergarten, preschool I was. Oh shit. 15 years of Hawaiian language by the time they graduated. So what I generally tend to do, Uncle, this is my mental. So I was pounding kalo, no joke. In 30 minutes, I get that on my board. I'm gonna get that on his board. And we've been pounding both the same amount of time. So I tell him, hey brother, what you thinking about right now? And he go, nothing. He go, why? What you thinking about? And what I found, Uncle, is in this moment, I literally think about the heaviest things in the world. My brain goes from nuclear submarines to whales to buildings falling. When I'm putting the pressure, Uncle, it's the pressure of gravity, of gravitational pull, is what a harness is. Ha! And you don't need a big stroke. Your consciousness and what you're pulling from. Me, Uncle, I get like a rubber band from my pico to my hand, and I stretch, so the thing always snapping back, yeah? But I use that like I really like one real short, fat rubber band. I gotta just, and for some reason, Uncle, your mental status make you more efficient or less. Just think about it. Your mentalness and what you're putting into it on that level. The other thing, Uncle, you try this one. As you doing them, ask HALOA. Yeah. One time I was pounding, and all I was saying in my mind is, I will you to puppy eye. I will you to puppy eye. I will you to puppy eye. And just put my will. And Uncle, I get 40 pounds. The other guys get like 10 pounds. Yeah. But just you putting you inside of this, Uncle. When people eat that, they're eating one relationship between the older brother and the younger brother. Yeah. They eating the completeness of the power structure of Hawaiian, which is two brothers coming together to malama each other to feed the whole ohana, the whole community, the whole moku. Can we not do it no malone? Couple times, Uncle, honestly, I'm getting tapped. You know, when the Mega Man off got you in the choke hold and you're over there. Look at that. Uncle, I stop, I pull it. I say, "Haloa, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but just not, please, be present with me." Uncle, a couple times I pull it, and like when it whispered, the wind came, boom, the stroke wind changed. Pilo. I try to identify when I'm pounding, Uncle, that the pohaku is an extension of my hand. And although I cannot see the bottom, Uncle, I can tell you why it's lumpy. Your pohaku bottom not done. I will give you one tool before you leave. For you finish, you'll make them completely cherry. Because what happens is, right, when you roll the stone on top of the board, number one sound. You roll yours on the board, you make grunk, 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 grunk. You're not making full contact. You go Bishop Museum, Uncle, you gonna see, Uncle, the pohaku's inside there is like
Completely wrong.
all models. And you know, the big models, the skinny models, but they all get hips and curves and perfectly finished.
One of my brother gave it to me. Yeah. That's why I'm learning on the fly, cause hungry though. I'm hungry for the knowledge.
With time and life lesson, a man tried everything that I can. And when things got more rough, make sure I never give up. Make sure I never give up. Make sure I never give up. Keep on trying, I keep on asking questions. I'll keep on trying, Lord, me keep on asking questions. I'll never give up, yes, until me find me answer. I'm on see everything in life like a math problem. I'll solve it without using your calculator. I'll conquer the hard way and you will know the formula. Once you have the formula, you do another one. I'll raise the bar up.
Make right now, Uncle. Kupuna just in whisper in my ear. You go name your genealogy while you're making poi. Those ancestors gonna come, Uncle. You're gonna call your actual genetic ancestors, Uncle. And they're gonna teach you shit I don't even know. They're gonna take you. That's how you level up in this, Uncle. I went cry to HALOA how much times? Cry to him. And HALOA feel sorry for me. Yeah, you Fijian. I teach you some tricks. But, you know, when your kupunas come, Uncle, you're gonna hold her. Your poi gonna be, oh. Uncle Wally, you ever get a massage?
Yes.
Yeah. You ever had them massage you, Uncle, where it's like you barely feel anything? They're not even like tickling the spot. Yeah, so that's what you're doing. You're gonna, Uncle. See how I kiss the board? Now watch, I'm gonna wet my hand. The moment it gets a little bit sticky. And what I'm looking for right now, okay, I'm getting all the bumps. All those little lumps you're talking about. I can aim. See how I'm getting them? See that right now? It's the wood, put them on the outside of your teeth. You wet your hand, you shake off all the water.
Inside my body to feel it.
All your family gonna feel your mana, Uncle. And this is how you ho'o mana. You make more of it. You're gonna transfer all of that divine energy in your body. You're gonna transfer them through the pohaku. And then when you mix them with the vayakane, the thing gonna stretch. And then that's what people gonna eat. Relationship with a relationship with a relationship. Yeah, you grow in your taro, you catch the fish, Uncle. Uncle, I hate to say it, you classify it as a kanaka. You know what I'm saying? True blue. We're preparing them for ship.
Ship worldwide.
Worldwide. Ship worldwide. And it may seem strange, but this is a breathable material that In the beginning, I was using tea leaf, but the tea leaf decomposes.
Yeah.
So the tea leaf is good, but I hate to say the parchment paper, the thing lasts longer. And also,
So where can they get access to this?
you don't
They're not
know.
on the island.
If you don't know, sorry guys. Nah. I do actually no advertising. You can go to manaai.com and basically you take this hand pounded pa'iai that we ship to you and you can simply steam it and mix it into pork. You could cut it up into cubes, do equal parts with water in the rice cooker, push cook. You could also have a blender and boiling hot water and put them in and make instant poi. You could also grate it, add coconut milk, brown sugar, put it in a saucepan, instant kulolo. You could also take it just like this, put it in the fridge, let it harden, slice it, and pan fry it. You could also take it, put it in the fridge, let it get hard, cube it, and drop it in any super stew or dumplings. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Be creative. Send me your recipe.
That's last two, yeah.
Last two.
Wow, this is
See that hand? How you had him on that? That's the hunger.
which one?
You had it palms up and you were resting it. That's the one. That's the one. Professional already. We call that boy fashion. Now, Uncle Wally, as far as cooking, next time you come, we're going to continue to fine-tune your stroke. But generally, Uncle, if we try blast you with everything, then the thing don't work.
Come meet me in my boat.
So, just to let you know, you get some more for go, Uncle, but you
Plenty
look
more,
beautiful.
God.
You
I
look
happy.
real beautiful.
Ah, happy,
Let me
baby.
tell you.
Sit, baby. This is why I came, man. No joke.
That's the same attitude. Like, do me a favor. Provided it's in the bag.
I get a little over. I like that same attitude. Always yearning. Hungry.
And the thing I like about Uncle Wally. Thing I like about Uncle Wally. If you like to step outside to the backyard, Uncle is one of those kupunas. Probably guaranteed like me. Pound me out of me now. Uncle, I don't like scrap. Uncle get that freaking major wine-eye boy attitude to him. He gonna be 90 years old, pulling guys over, pounding them out. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be telling guys, you know what? Tomorrow Thursday, come back Friday, I lick you. Yeah, I gotta save my strength for cookie tomorrow.
Get all the little lumps out. Get my exercise and get one with HALOA. And I can make them a little bit boy, but not real watery, yeah.
Oh.
So I like mine more on the thick side. You can eat them with a fork. That way you don't need spoon, eh? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you can eat your food like that, and then you dip them right inside your, what is that, what they call it? The Hawaiian bowl.
The omeke bowl.
Omeke bowl, but you can put your fork right inside, boom. You don't need spin them, nothing, cause just dip them in and grind. That's the way I like them. That way I don't have to change all the utensils, eh? Just grind, eh?
Scoop them right into your hand. Into your hand. Oh, all of a sudden it's starting to look professional. Keep everything wet. Oh, so you see the first one, we got them all messy.
Yes, sir.
So don't be shy, Uncle. Now, if you like go bigger,
Bigger piece.
scrape it away, right? Yeah, and then you can even make it more balled up. Keep wetting the scraper. Keep wetting the scraper. Don't forget, wet your scraper next time. Now, Uncle, you're gonna be wet. That's how the thing will not be sticky. Scoop that whole thing up. You got it, Uncle. Right into your hand. See that? How you just did that right there? Bingo.
Bingo, bango, pico, mango.
Oh, I get pickle mango too, but I know you don't need that. Uh-huh.
I will quickly love it though. If I can buy anyway. How's that taste, bro? The thing don't taste as good as when I do them at home, bro. I tell you, it's a difference. For real, bro. Got the right ingredients this time, bro.
Grateful. Grateful. Bro. Yes, you.
Thank you
Pizza.
so much. This was
Awesome job. You guys both killed that.
Love you guys. Aloha.
You guys.
The secret to this, yeah? The degassing valve that allows for the moisture to escape during transportation. What happens is, if the moisture builds up in the bag, it goes anaerobic instead of aerobic, and then the thing go bad. So that's why the poi bowls was wooden, because it allows for the gases
to release through that, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, not making the Opie connection, this guy. Now, you know what? The Louisiana Opie deal is the real deal, cuz if you can help brother out, he gonna fucking, whoa. No, they even do dried brother, Louisiana. Guarantee. All you need is brother for go over there. You know why? If you look like you, they're gonna charge double. They look like him, they'll be like, oh.
Yeah, this is my brother.
Uh-huh.
It's totally different. Yeah, I walk through somebody's neighborhood, patrol comes, and everybody's looking out their window like,
Just walking down the street.
sometimes it's not as bad as it used to be, but in some areas, yeah.
Certain neighborhoods.
That's why I love being here, because I'm like, when people see me, I don't get side eye.
Regular, bro.
Normal.
What do you have your play today?
The best I
Next
ever
level. Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, I actually felt like I knew what I was doing.
The beginning pule, and then when you need help, pule. Times I find myself being cookie, a little bit, like, not lost, but sometimes
Sometimes, you know, it's like,
I feel like you're in an abyss.
I ask myself, what am I doing? I go back to your video. I actually take notes on your video. The Hawaiian names that you call.
Uncle, in the name is the direction. In the name is the
Because I think
direction.
you're picking up the cities.
Pohole,
Pohole,
ihi. You know what pohole mean, Uncle? If you go look them up, you should look up all of these terms. But pohole,
Kahole.
pohole.
Kahole.
If you look up pohole, it talk about one fern from Maui, the pohole fern, which is ho'io over here. They call it pohole. It bruises easily. So pohole means to bruise. It means to emerge, but it means to bruise sexually. That's another word. So you know, when you're getting all crazy, whacking them like that, then that could be pohole. Kawahine. You know what I'm saying? But, so that's more of a aggressive bruise versus the ho'io fern, the pohole fern, which you gotta be delicate, otherwise you bruise it. The other one, the one my friend would use for really help me understand the action, it means to emerge. Yeah, so the example he would use was ho'opohole ia ka'ule o ka'ilio. The dog's penis when emerge. Yeah, so when you go with that with the kalo and you make you go like that with the skin and it make inside emerge. And sometimes you gotta be gentle and sometimes you gotta be more forceful. Yeah, gentle like the fern to forceful like sexual bruising. Boom.
chance that I get to rhyme spitter, go getter with a Polynesian twist. Work hard for my queen and the both of our kids, so I can build a better future for us like my father did, yo. Time is only borrowed, don't ever take it for granted. Stay true to your roots, gotta keep your feet planted. You don't wanna wander off, end up paying the cost. And so many good warriors, lives we've lost. And I'll be sitting reminiscing about the times we shine, when we all came together, united and formed a line. Protectors of the Aina every day and night. I just look for the Kanakas with their flags up high. Said I was born and raised right here in the island. My people wear chains called poverty and violence, and they want us to refrain from acting out, remain silent. So I stepped in the game to keep Hawaii Hawaii. I was born and raised, yeah, right here in the island. My people wear chains.